comes to us from Bounding into Comics. The fact that One Piece is actually going to be coming out really soon. Was it like next week or a couple weeks from now?
August, end of August. So a
Oh,
few days.
that's next week, man.
Yeah,
Oh.
so that we'll be watching it alongside Ahsoka.
All right, here we go. Netflix's live action One Piece executive producer Marty Adelstein reflects on failed Cowboy Bebop adaptation. Quote, what we learned is that the fans are expecting you to be true to the source material. Wow. Imagine
Oh
that
wait.
they did that from the beginning.
Oh, okay. I only found out now he also worked on Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah. So what do you think
Oh.
about this? Imagine if Hollywood and like people learn from this, I don't know, let's see, The Witcher or Lord of the Rings. How do you feel about this headline so far?
Okay. So okay. For me, it's those are just words. We need to see how it will do once the show releases and how people receive it. So if you really mean what you say, then there should be some semblance of good quality in this One Piece live action. That's how I see it.
Yeah. All right, let's read this. Netflix's One Piece executive producer Marty Adelstein has revealed that the most important lesson he and his studio learned from producing the streaming giant's live-action Cowboy Bebop abomination was, as audience have been telling Hollywood for the past decade, that all the fans want of any adaptation is the source material accuracy. Adelstein, who served as an EP on both anime adaptations of whose Tomorrow Studios produced them, opened up about his current mindset during a recent One Piece-centric interview given to Variety's Jennifer Moss. That's a lot of writing up there. Reflecting on that total and absolute failure that was Netflix's Cowboy Bebop, Adelstein admitted, quote, what we learned is that the fans are expecting you to be true to the source material. As we read the comments in response to Cowboy Bebop, it was always, well, they didn't do the character the same as this and that. It really taught us a lot of what we needed to do with this one, especially with One Piece. Cowboy Bebop is revered as to be one of the best animes of like all time in terms of just anime like TV show. Everyone loves it. I think I don't think anyone I've ever heard anything bad about people who watched it. It's like, oh, I don't like Cowboy Bebop. It's always been really, really good. But now going to One Piece is still going.
Yep.
And there's a lot of Oda fans out there. There's a lot of Shonen Jump folks out there. And there's a reason why One Piece is considered one of the three kings of anime back in the day, right? It was Bleach, Naruto, and One Piece. And One Piece out of all of them is still going. So you better treat this shit like you better do right by the fans, man. People are gonna call your shit out.
Yep.
Thankfully, Adelstein was apparently not the only Tomorrow Studios team member to learn this lesson. According to studio president Becky Clements, after facing the cold hard truth that the hubris in attempting to Western Cowboy Bebop was responsible for the series' abysmal reception. Quote, it became everyone's goal to make sure that when you looked at One Piece, you thought it was a live action version of the manga that just felt like another feather in the legacy of Oda. That people just get to see it in another genre, but still have the same reaction and feeling towards the narrative. And according to the One Piece set photos and the trailers released thus far, it seemed that Tomorrow Studios truly put their money where their mouth is when it came to the Straw Hat Pirates. While some elements of the series admittedly give off cosplayers recreating their favorite scenes for a YouTube video vibe, let's be honest, Arlong looks exceptionally wonky, and the fact that the number of scenes thus far can be matched one-to-one with the original manga inspires far more hope than the series' faithfulness that possibly anything else could. Yeah, I think this looks really, really awful. I believe this guy's supposed to be a big, burly dude with this crazy ass nose that he's supposed to be blue, but you can't, especially with anime, it's very, very hard to make it look good.
Yeah.
Especially with One Piece, like how crazy and wonky One Piece is.
Yeah.
Before we continue, like, given off of what you know about One Piece so far, and I know that at least for myself, like I haven't really watched or read any of the One Piece stuff. How do you feel about how this is looking so far?
It's still not still skeptical because like it's so hard to capture the over the top nature of anime in live action. Like even like the stretching of Luffy, it's like it's so unconvincing. Even now, I mean that opinion hasn't changed. So yeah, even if let's say it holds true, like I should listen to the fans more, but if it really doesn't translate in the live adaptation, that's still gonna look bad on you. That even if it's true, even if you learned your lesson from Cowboy Bebop, but still it doesn't translate well to One Piece. It's like
Yeah.
it's just you're just paying lip services at this point to try to get people to watch it more. It's kind of like Angel Soto for Blue Beetles. Like he retconned this making fun of people for Batman's a fascist. Now it's like say, oh, go watch my movie, guys. Sorry, it's too late. It didn't work. So I get the feeling it's gonna be the same thing actually for this show.
Yeah.
But I could be wrong, but yeah, that's how I'm seeing it.
Yeah. Going back to the Angel Soto thing, the whole Batman's a fascist thing actually doesn't really like. There's no context to it other than the fact that he just said it. Like it wasn't like, hey, just like Batman, his dad, and then the uncle just goes, Batman's a fascist. Nothing else. It's sort of like, but the thing is, going back to Angel Soto, he's basically trying to promote that like, oh hey, you should go watch the movie if you haven't already seen it, because in the opening sequence when you see a green light, that's supposed to be a Green Lantern. I'm like, who gives a shit? It doesn't fucking
Yeah.
matter if your movie is trash. Your movie is trash. It's not going to make more money. Let's go ahead and continue reading this. Of course, a large factor of One Piece's source material accuracy is that the fact that, unlike with Cowboy Bebop, Tomorrow Studios worked closely with the series' original creator, Eiichiro Oda, who was adamant that he have final say in any and all of production decisions. I'm pretty sure the people who worked there is like, oh no, we got another Henry Cavill on our hands, but he is not just an actor; he's the creator of the show. We gotta. We don't like working with him, but we have to listen. Like I have a feeling like they're like, oh man, hey, what do you think about this? And Oda is like, no, change it. No, this is not how he is in the show.
Yeah,
Like I'm pretty
good
sure they
point.
got about a lot of like
Good point.
like revisions that they needed to do.
They tried to ESG checklist it. Yeah.
Yeah. See, considering my expected lifespan, I believe that this is my last chance to bring One Piece to the entire world, explained Oda in a written reflection on his time working on the live action series. If we were going to do it, I want to be able to supervise things like I am while I'm still active. That's why I agreed to do a live action adaptation back in 2016. Since then, Netflix has committed enormous resources to the production. He further detailed, it was announced that the show will launch in 2023, but they've promised that we won't launch until I am satisfied, which is good. That's actually pretty good. Like, didn't the Cowboy Bebop creator was like, this is trash?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm glad that Oda actually got like oversight on every single thing. It's sort of like what they sort of do with what's it called again? J.K. Rowling. It's like, hey, we're making this thing, but she gets final say, right? Which is great. So that's good. I'm actually more optimistic about this. To that end, in a separate message penned in the celebration of Netflix's One Piece releasing its first official trailer, the mangaka assured fans that there were no compromises on this show. After the launch, I'm sure I'll hear about some people pointing out how this character is missing, or that the scene is omitted, or this is a bit different from the manga than he admitted. But I'm sure they'll come from a place of love. So I intend to enjoy even those comments. The story will span 8 episodes to take us through the you-know-where. I don't know where, but
I don't know either.
Sure people in the chat do know. Further reassuring fans that Netflix's respect for the source material, Oda then revealed even after the shoot was over, there were numerous scenes the production agreed to reshoot because I felt they weren't good enough to put into the world. Netflix's live action One Piece officially pushes off. Damn, it's next Thursday, man.
Yeah, so right after Ahsoka, we watch One Piece.
Okay. I hope that this is good, to be honest, man. Because if this is good and it's at least faithful enough to the creators, we can potentially get a Dragon Ball live action that's actually good. Or maybe they're like, hey, we're going to make Persona 3 live action. Something that you love.
Do you want that though?
No, I
Do-
don't.
do-
I actually don't. I don't fucking.
Yeah.
I don't want it at all.
Yeah, it's like like Sailor Mercury said, it's like I don't, despite his involvement, it's still a giant task to translate anime to live action. Because like, even if it's the creator behind it, I don't think it will translate well. I mean, I'd be glad to be wrong, but the way I see it, it's like it's gonna be average at best, in my opinion. Especially for me, or for us rather, who has no background knowledge or has never seen or read anything One Piece. I wouldn't be surprised if we think it's okay. But that's how far it goes. I don't think it's gonna be good for us. I think it's gonna be okay.
Thanks for checking out this segment of the Project Eggroll podcast. If you like what we do here, please like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and you will know next time when we go live. We do go live every Saturday at 8 p.m. Once again, we are just getting started. Tons of more video to come. Thanks, and we'll see you guys next time.